How's it going, YouTube? About a year ago, I started learning French, and to get exposed to the language as much as possible, I searched for French YouTube channels I enjoy watching. Starting with literally typing French YouTubers and letting the YouTube suggestions do its magic, I found many channels that I found interesting, but never really the one to make me stick around. The main issue was that I only understood about 5% of the video, max, and I found it frustrating, and this was making me extra fussy. Then one day in my suggestions, I saw this video titled My Mom Too by Tran. If there are thumbnails and titles that are designed to be clickbaits, this video seems to be doing the exact opposite. Despite this, the video had millions of views, and this made me curious enough to make me click on the video.
Ever since we both finished our studies, our mom has completely changed. It's as if for 30 years she played a...
I found the format of the video really curious, how the camera angles looking down, how Kevin and Henri, two brothers, interact with each other, and how the video switches between reenactments and commentary. Then again, I only understood about 5% of the things, so I eventually clicked on another channel. After a while, I saw that Kevin had his own animated series, but I saw that the thumbnails looked like it was designed for children, but I thought that was perfect for me, with my French level of a 3-year-old.
Hey, you two like to draw.
So I watched 1, then 2, and in one sitting, I completed the entire season of 8 episodes. The series is about Kevin and Henri's childhood, and it reminded me so much of me and my brother. My brother and I are about Kevin and Henri's age, and watching their stories growing up in France in a Chinese household reminded me so much of me and my brother growing up in New Zealand in a Korean household. In one episode titled My Biggest Regret About My Brother, Kevin opens up about how he used to use violence to get Henri to do what he likes when they were younger, and his vulnerability and love for his little brother made me tear up. I was also impressed by how he was able to communicate a heavy message and such strong emotions through his animation and storytelling. This experience for me was the gateway to the rest of their content, and after only a few videos, it was easy to see why they were so popular and loved. One of the things that was keeping me away from clicking on their videos was because their videos are titled usually very open-ended, like my mom, my dad, having a brother, turning 30. But they have very interesting views about these topics, and they communicate their views in a very effective and entertaining way. Take this video titled My Dad, for example. In the video, they introduce their dad by showing all the ways that he has annoyed them, and they poke fun at him by imitating the particular ways he talks and he dresses.
Faites que vient des proverbes bateaux plus hein? Et si on te dit de sauter d'un immeuble, tu sautes aussi? Hein?
They do this while showing that these things are what makes him who he is and what makes them appreciate him. Even with the light-hearted nature of their videos, there are always elements that add depth to their videos. In the My Dad video, for example, they tell how they see how their dad is getting older and how he grew up at a time where there was a war and how that had shaped his growing up. This depth always makes me go back and rewatch their videos. I've also watched their content each of them make on their own, and from that it wasn't hard to see how Kevin and Henri make a really good team. Kevin seems to be a comedic genius who is naturally funny and loves to make people laugh. And Henri seems like a creative genius who constantly has new ideas and isn't scared of trying something new. More importantly, I think there is an obvious, genuine chemistry between the two brothers. There's a video where they're dying laughing talking about some of the Christmas presents their dad got them. And it's one of the most funniest, one of the most wholesome videos I've ever seen.
Toute petite clé USB dans laquelle il y avait des photos de nous petits scannés mais qu'on avait déjà des photos qui étaient déjà rangées comme ça. J'ai retrouvé des photos d'enfance, ça vous fera plaisir. Et nous on dit rien, on met sur l'ordi, on voit les photos et nous on a même, on les connaît ces photos, on dit rien tu vois, mais on les connaît ces photos et là les souvenirs hein. Vous étiez mignons. C'est quand vous étiez gentil.
And even without not understanding everything they're saying, it still puts a smile on my face every time I watch it. And I think the video came so naturally because they feel comfortable each other and they can bounce off each other to make something so pure and wholesome. All this combined with their performance, comedy, charisma, and such likable personalities make each of their videos a masterpiece. So it's not surprising quite a few of their videos actually have sequels, like My Mom 1 and 2, My Dad 1 and 2. I think they are exactly the type of YouTubers that make people click on their videos not because the thumbnail is clickbait or the title is clickbait, but because their names are below it. In conclusion, I'm really happy to have discovered Kevin and Henri, whom I find entertaining, whom I find inspiring, and I definitely improved my French a lot just by watching them. And if you're like me who has only been consuming content from the English-speaking community, but you are keen to try a different type of content, I can't recommend their content enough. Especially in Kevin's channel, there are subtitles and voiceovers in English. Lastly, I just want to say a big merci to Kevin and Henri for their content and big thank you to all of you for watching this video. Peace!